Hello everyone, my name is Sidney and today I'm going to be discussing Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. People who are at least 18 because it's got some adult stuff in it that young people might not enjoy reading. What I'm trying to say is this book is pretty sexy. There are some sexy scenes, if you know what I'm talking about. There are some sexy scenes. So, if you have not read Ugly Love, it involves the characters of Miles and Tate. Miles is a pilot and Tate is a nurse. In this book, we get to see parts of the present that involve Miles and Tate, and parts of the past which involve Miles and a girl named Rachel. And I really enjoyed coming back and forth between those two because you find out how much the past and present interweave with each other and how much sense they make. So I found this book very interesting. I was on the edge of my seat waiting for what was going to happen. Some parts made me blush. I had to hide myself while I was reading on the train sometimes. I was like, oh my god, we're up to a scene like this again. Do I wait till I get home or do I just keep reading? I don't know. But this book was really good and I do recommend that if you are over 18 to read this book because it's highly interesting and yeah. Anyway, if you have not read Ugly Love, go do that, come back, and we can talk about it. So, for those of you who have not read Ugly Love, bye! Okay, so those of you who have stayed must have read Ugly Love already. So, let's go straight into spoilers in 3, 2, 1. Alright, so, oh my gosh, there were so many sex scenes in this book. I don't think I've read a book with that many sex scenes before, so I just kind of needed a second. But that being said, hot damn. Firstly, looking at the cover of Ugly Love, it's the color blue and it has some bubbles in the middle, and it looks like we're underwater, right? So I kind of looked at this cover and I wanted to kind of try to see if I could tell the story based off it. And I remember thinking to myself that someone is going to drown. I think it's going to be the girl Rachel, or she gets murdered by being drowned. Or whilst reading, I also had a thought that maybe it was just symbolic towards Tate because she always keeps referring to herself as being liquid. So I thought that maybe this was symbolic towards Tate being liquid. But then we find out later at the end of this book, which was really, really sad, that Miles actually had a son with Rachel. And unfortunately, Miles was driving and the car ended up over a bridge and Miles was able to save Rachel, but Miles was unable to save their child. How Rachel was reacting to Miles was it wasn't harsh, but she was really angry and she kept telling him that, why did you save me? You should have saved him. Why did you save me? And it was just heartbreaking that that's how it had to go down and how Miles lost his son that way, as well as losing his first love. But I guess the cover makes sense now. That being said, I really enjoyed how Colleen chose to write from the point of view of both Miles and Tate, and then how she jumped back from that to the past of Miles and Rachel. So let's just talk about Miles and Rachel for a second. I thought it was really sweet how Colleen Hoover ended up she started centering the chapters like this, and she would talk about how Miles is like, you're gonna fall in love with me, Rachel. I'm in love with you, Rachel. You're gonna fall for me, Rachel. And I actually really liked it, but I also at the time thought that maybe there is this thing where Miles might be a little bit psychotic, but it didn't go that way, which is good. I loved at the beginning where Miles saw Rachel for the first time. He takes a photo of her and sends the photo to Ian saying, she's gonna have all my babies. They were just, I thought Miles and Rachel was so cute. I really enjoyed this part where he's like, oh, what's your number? I'll call you. And Rachel tells him her number. And then how Colleen wrote, she's excited. She's excited. I save her contact in my phone knowing it'll be there for a long, long time. And I'm gonna use it a lot. That was cute. I did not like that the parents were involved as well as their kids. I mean, I know they're not related at all, but it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. The parents went away 1 week. And when they came back, they were all like, oh, I proposed to her and we got married. And then Rachel crying and then having to tell them that she's pregnant with Miles that was intense, but weirdly enough, reading it, I expected it to happen. And I think that's something that I didn't really want out of this book. With every book I read, I love for it to be very unexpected. But then again, Miles didn't end up with Rachel, so I don't know. Oh my god, when they thought that Miles was gay, how Tate's brother Corbin, who is also a pilot, thought that Miles was gay the whole time. And then how, when Tate and Miles are making out, how Tate was like, well, you're definitely not gay. But on a side note, Corbin, the whole scene where there was a plane crash and how we didn't know if Miles or Corbin were on that plane. Reading that, I was thinking about, because I just took a plane like a week ago. Reading that, I was just thinking how scary it must be for people who are actually in that occupation of being pilots or being air hostess. Plane crashes, they do happen. Unfortunately, we've had a few of them. So reading that was actually really scary, and I thought that Colleen could take that scene any way she wanted. She could make one of them die, both of them die. But the fact that she didn't make either of them die was great. But I also really wonder how the story would have went. Like, how would it have gone down if it was Tate's brother? Would Miles have found another way to break out of that despair and grief that he was in and find a way to actually break out of that, to love Tate, to be there for her? I wonder if that would have been a possible ending that Colleen could have made instead. You know, it's interesting to know that there are so many different pathways that stories can take, but it's always the choice that you make in every single day of your life. You make a choice, and that choice is what defines your next move in life. I just find that really interesting. So this part, I was reading this and I really liked it. I loved how when Miles was with Rachel, how they were going to the hospital because Rachel was telling Miles that she feels ready. When they got there, Miles was like to Rachel, do you need ice? I get it for her. Do you want a cold rag? I get it for her. Do you want me to turn off the TV? I turn it off. Do you want another blanket, Rachel? You look cold. I don't get her a blanket. She's not cold. Do you want more ice? She doesn't want more ice. She wants me to shut up. I shut up. I love that because it's this whole thing between them two, knowing what to do next and trying to help someone you love, and just so many things going on in his head. That was cute. So going back to the present with Miles and Tate, There was this particular car scene. I kind of loved it. I loved that there was this kind of competition between them, and it was really sexy. And the rain outside, and them being all like, we can be loud because it's raining, you know, we can be loud, you know, we can scream because it's raining, it's pouring, the old man is knowing he ain't gonna hear us. So I mean, it was cute. I like that bit, yeah. Whilst that was cute, that scene, the other scene later on where they are on the kitchen table doing a little something, and then at the end, how Miles just goes to his bedroom and slams the door. What the I was reading it like, what the hell, man? I was actually really confused. I didn't know if he hurt her, if the positioning was like, I didn't really know what was going on, but that was a really weird reaction. Why you gotta be so rude? The way that Tate reacted to that, I feel like if I was in that position, I would have reacted exactly the same way. I guess later on we find out that Miles is just still super upset about what happened with his son and with Rachel, that he just feels like it's not right for him to love again. It was really sad that for 6 years Miles has been holding all this pain inside, and that he felt ashamed to love anyone else. He felt like he couldn't. And then the scene where he goes to Rachel, he finally goes to see her. I can't believe that he waited that long, but anyway, and she's got a husband. And she also has a daughter who has the same name as what she was going to use, which was Claire. I thought that was a beautiful resolution, the fact that Miles got to see Rachel being happy, how she overcame that pain. She kind of gave him permission to move on and to find love and not be afraid of finding someone else that isn't her, and to remember their son, of course, and remember that she was his first love and how they were so interwoven in each other, but to let that be a memory and to move on and be happy, because we can't change the past. I thought that was really beautiful that Miles was able to get that resolution, and how Colleen was describing how different he looked. At the end, how Miles woke Tate up really early, and he was like, oh, we have a flight to catch. And Tate was like, well, she's like me, she's not a morning person either. That whole scene was really beautiful. The fact that they saw the sunrise together, and then how Miles, he opened a box, and we were all reading it going, oh my god, he's gonna propose, but then it's okay. He asks her to move in, and we're all like, oh, that's so cute, finally, about freaking time, right? And then there's another box. So we're all like, what? There's two boxes? Where did the other box come from? And then he opens the other box, and there's a ring. Oh my god, wait, the ABBA song. Ring, ring, no, 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 oh, ring, ring. So, I enjoyed Ugly Love. The day I finished reading this book, I was reading it non-stop on my couch for about 5 hours, just because I wanted to know what was going to happen at the end. I would rate this book 4 out of 5 stars instead of the full 5, just because Miles did frustrate me in some parts. I sometimes was uncomfortable in the way that Miles would use Tate and how he would react after, and all these little things. I was just getting a bit frustrated, and I wanted a bit more, you know. I'm the type of person who wants more. Alright, so yes, Ugly Love, Ugly Love. Let me know if you agree with all the things I was saying, if you had some suspicions about the cover as well. What was your favorite scene in this book? And yes, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time as usual. Bye.